After our trip to Kyoto, we set off to visit the historic and modern city of Hiroshima for a few days. The journey to get there was half the fun as we traveled on the famed Shinkansen line or bullet train for 2 hours to Hiroshima Station. I normally don't get too excited by trains, but this felt like we were boarding a rocket ship. The sleek train travels a mind-boggling 150 to 200 miles an hour. That's fast, and only makes major stops at train stations such as Osaka and Kobe. It isn't cheap, however, as it costs nearly as much as a flight ticket, but it's much more convenient and comfortable than a short flight. After blasting across the country, we arrived to Hiroshima, where we spent a couple days exploring the beautiful city. The next morning, we decided to explore downtown Hiroshima. Unlike Kyoto, with its old wooden buildings and traditional Japanese vibe, Hiroshima is a new modern city of 1.2 million people. One of the main attractions in the city is the Peace Memorial Park and Museum. Hiroshima is infamously known as the first city targeted by a nuclear weapon. The museum showcases pictures and artifacts from that time and tells the harrowing stories of its survivors. The bombing occurred on August 6, 1945 at 8:15 a.m. when the nuclear weapon Little Boy was dropped on Hiroshima from an American Boeing B-29 Superfortress, the Enola Gay. An estimated 90,000 to 166,000 people died as a result of the blast and its effects, nearly half of the population of Hiroshima at that time. Sadly, fewer than 10% of the casualties were military, with thousands being Korean slave laborers. Additionally, nearly 70% of the city's buildings were destroyed. This meant that nearly the entire city had to be rebuilt, and it's amazing to see the modern city today reflecting the resiliency of the human spirit after such a terrible tragedy. After exploring the museum, we enjoyed the beautiful scenery of the Peace Memorial Park. With a nice snack and break, we walked through the park to the opposite end where the infamous atomic bomb dome is located. On the morning of detonation, the Enola Gay was targeting the Ioi Bridge, which is an easy-to-see T-bridge in the center of Hiroshima. Although the Ioi Bridge was targeted by the Enola Gay in 1945, the bomb instead misses target by 790 feet and exploded directly over the Shima Hospital, which was very near to the atomic bomb dome. Because the explosion was almost directly overhead, the building was able to retain its shape. The building's vertical columns were able to resist the nearly vertical downward force of the blast, and parts of the concrete and brick outer wall remained intact. Seeing the dome really is an incredible sight, and amazing to think that such a tragedy occurred just 76 years ago. Let's hope it never happens again. Although Hiroshima is known worldwide for its history, there is so much more to the city. One thing the city is known for is its delicious okonomiyaki. Okonomiyaki is a Japanese savory pancake dish consisting of wheat flour batter and cooked on a flat griddle. It is commonly topped with items such as cabbage, egg, meat, bonito flakes, mayonnaise, and okonomiyaki sauce. We found a restaurant with some of the best reviews in the city, and it didn't disappoint. After filling our bellies with delicious okonomiyaki, we decided to check out the Hiroshima Castle. The castle was originally constructed in 1590 and served as the home of the daimyo, or feudal lord of the Hiroshima Han. The castle is surrounded by moats with, not crocodiles, but colorful man-eating carp. Okay, maybe not man-eating, but I'd hate to find out. The castle was destroyed by the atomic bomb blast and was rebuilt in 1958. The castle now serves as a museum about samurai and provides a beautiful view of the city. of a lullaby. The next day, we set off on an adventure to Miyajima, which is a small island in the northwest of Hiroshima Bay. To get there, we took a small ferry from downtown Hiroshima and made the 45-minute boat ride to the island. It was a relaxing ride with some great views of the smaller islands surrounding Hiroshima. Miyajima is known as one of the 3 most beautiful sites in all of Japan, with the famous views of the Itsukushima Shrine, best known for its floating torii gate. Unfortunately for us, the gate was under renovation and was covered with awe-inspiring tarp and scaffolding. So pretty. Fortunately, there's more to see on the island than a torii gate covered in tarps.
Where will you go? Won't you miss the ones you know? I'll be here, hanging on, waiting for your call.
Like Nara, deer roam the island freely, crazy scavengers. Deer are thought of as sacred in the native Shinto religion because they are considered messengers of the gods. They walk the streets clearly not afraid of tourists. We enjoyed checking out the small town with its many shops and grabbed a bite to eat with views of the bay.
River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone. Hey, I was hoping you would stay, but I've always known you would go and find your own way.
After enjoying our lunch by the bay, we hiked to the Miyajima Ropeway. The trail to the ropeway was beautiful, with spring leaves coming in. The ropeway carries visitors to Mount Misen, which provides for some great views of Hiroshima Bay.
When we sat there, you and I, the river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone.
We decided to continue the adventure by hiking 30 additional minutes to the summit of Mount Misen. As we've come to find out, it wasn't easy with babies in tow, but with a 360-degree view on top, it was well worth the effort.
It's gonna cry, it's gonna cry. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. It's gonna cry, it's gonna cry. Hey, I heard you want to leave this place where we grew up. This old town, just leave it all behind. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.
We enjoyed our short stay in the historic city of Hiroshima. With its history and sights, it truly is a remarkable Japanese city. We again jumped back on the Shinkansen and made our way to the Kansai airport in Osaka. It's never fun to end good trips, but heading back to an island paradise isn't the worst place in the world. Until next time, Hiroshima.